None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" It's a very interesting statement. It's a very interesting statement. None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" Now, John is writing it. The question is, why? What's the matter here? And yesterday, Brother Remy was asking the same question. Why did they not recognize him? You know, if you are used to seeing a person who is committed his life to ministry, a Jew, and he is not supposed to cut his hair like Samson's story. Jesus had long hair and long beard. But Isaiah said that they made him in such a manner that his face was marred to the extent that it didn't even resemble a man's face. And from the gospel recordings, you can understand that they plucked out his beard and pulled out his hair. And it surprises me. This is how he'll be seen for all eternity, with a scarred face and a scarred head, because that's the way he was hung on the cross. And in the right manner, as per the Jewish law, when you have finished your job, you can go and cut your hair and shave your head. When the Lord said it is finished, he had no resemblance of his Nazarite hair on him. Prophetically, it was not. Now, these boys were not close to him when he was on the cross. They are used to that Jesus of the 3.5 years. But now to see somebody, when you see somebody for the first time after he has shaven, he is going to look different. You're not going to recognize him at a glance. And hence these verses. And I just want to connect the dots over here again. Let Scripture interpret Scripture. Remember the book of Genesis, the story of Joseph. When Joseph was called to the palace, Joseph representing Jesus, it's like a resurrection scene from the tomb to the authority, from the pit to the palace. The word of God clearly says, after he had shaved his beard. He had dressed himself, his hair, and shaved his beard. He presented himself in front of Pharaoh. That was the time of authority. He got into authority. In the same manner, you see Jesus here. And they could not recognize him. That's why none of them dared to ask, "Who are you? Please tell us, who are you?" Listen to this. None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Now, this statement is a statement in itself with a question and an answer. They didn't dare to ask, "Who are you?" They knew it is the Lord. And only John is capable of writing such statements. So, on the back of the mind, they know it's the Lord, but yet they're not getting the confirmation in that sense. And they're wondering, and they're all lost. And men can be that way, I'm telling you, men can be that way. The women are far better, I'm telling you. They can make out many things. You know, take your mind back to Mary Magdalene. Rabboni, and she did not want to leave him. You don't hold on to me. I have not yet presented myself to the Father. But the man from a distance, who's he? We know he is the Lord, but who's he? That's the kind of position men are in and can be in. It's early in the morning, they're tired, they're hungry, they're wondering, and I don't know what else to add here, but they never dared ask him more. Verse 13. Jesus came, took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. Who's serving whom? Who's serving whom and who's receiving what? Come and have breakfast, and he's so beautifully like a true elder brother, genuinely out of love, knowing that they are so nervous and lost, served them breakfast after preparing it. He is a God of love, and He is a God who understands our feelings. And He touches my heart with this, to think that He went through all that He went through on the cross and goes through preparing the breakfast and serving it on this earth after all authority has been given unto Him, after He righteously got all the authority by paying the righteous price. He is willing to serve. I'm glad to be in the kingdom, and I'm glad to have a master like Him. It teaches me how to be a servant by example. He shows us by example in the resurrected body. That's huge. This is not the earthly body. He is resurrected. Verse 13 again, Jesus came, took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the third time Jesus appeared to His disciples after He was raised from the dead. John records the third time He appeared to His disciples. So the first time was on that first day of the week. The second time was when He told Thomas, come and touch me and see for yourself. And the third time is here when He is giving them breakfast. Verse 15 is a very interesting verse. You realize that this kind of a verse is there in this kind of a story. It says, when they had finished eating, the Lord waited for them to finish eating. He did not rush it. He didn't say, fast, the bell is going to ring, the class is going to start, I'm going to take a session, I need to go. He waited for them to eat fish and bread, grilled on live coal. My mouth's watering. Prepared by the Lord Himself. Sweet. Very good, very tasty. So they were enjoying the food. And men being men, they can dismiss a lot of food with no problem. Chop, 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 chop. They can enjoy a lot of food without any problem. And so, the Lord is watching them enjoy their meal. I like these verses. This is a very beautiful chapter for me, the Gospel of John. The epilogue is very important. You know, it summarizes the whole heart of God, the whole purpose of God. and the whole call and purpose of mankind. He waits to feed you first because this body is very important. Without this body, your spirit is useless on this earth. Understand this. Without this body, you can do nothing on this earth. He has trained them for a purpose, and so He feeds the body. That's important. He watches them eat and relish it and enjoy it, and He waited for them to eat, and maybe some of them worked, who knows. So, it's early in the morning. Great breakfast. Great time. I love the morning time with the chill breeze, and I can imagine the water lapping on the shore, and I can imagine the fragrance and the odor of the fish and the fresh air and the birds chirping. Wow. The Lord is serving them and watching them eat. Wow. So fulfilling. It's like, let it remain there. It's picture perfect. Let it remain there. It's a beautiful life.